Getting this competency eval live stream set up. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on here. See if the audio's there. Alrighty, hello, how are you?
I hear you from like two different places or something.
Yeah, I was ending that right now, so can you hear me now?
Yes. Oh no, I can hear you. It was a little echoey for a second, but it seems better. You can hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Well, good. Well, good to see you. How have you been?
Doing all right. Yeah, just getting life done. Hoping these cases get dismissed and just going from there.
Right. They've still been having you take those like classes and stuff, or well, I guess you said as much, yeah.
Yes, sir. So yeah, I've been working. I went to Florida for work. It was bullshit. It didn't work out. I'm about to go start a new job. Basically the same job, different issue. So,
Okay.
I'm going to go from there and see about that.
What's the new job? If you don't mind me asking, you don't gotta talk about it.
It's basically I'm a petitioner. I'm like, hey, stand here. I stand there. I'm like, hey, if you sign this, I get paid money. And that's exactly what I say to get people to stop, because they laugh at it, And they're like, what do you mean if I sign that, you get paid money? And I'm like, hey, I'll give you the full legal disclaimer. I'll show them my lanyard. I'm like, my name's Kenneth. I'm a paid petitioner. I'm out here collecting signatures for this property tax initiative. But that just ended. So now I'm doing a new one, which is trying to get this dude's name on the ballot. All right.
Okay.
He wants to get enough signatures to get his name for president. So I haven't looked it up or anything, because a lot of these are sketch sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Con artists, good, do whatever they can, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, so I still got to look up the dude's name online to see if he's even real. The paperwork's in my backpack. I haven't even done anything, so if I can't find him online, that proves it's fake, right?
Right. I would assume so. I mean, you're on president. Like, I assume that has to be somewhere.
Yeah. 1 second, I'll tell you his name.
Sure.
Ryan Binkley.
Okay.
So I just got to check real quick to see if this is even real. I've been thinking about it all day and morning, but I've been so busy with I've been doing laundry and stuff. Ryan Binkley. All right, I think that's right. Enter. Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
You found him?
Yeah, it's real.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Okay, Binkley2024.com. Okay, yeah. So it's not fake. Okay, so it's a real job.
That's good. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. So ta-da!
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So
that's good news.
yeah, that's amazing news. So the thing is, sometimes with these jobs, like the one I did in Florida, I was supposed to get paid money. I was supposed to get reimbursed. It never happened. The coordinator
really.
collected it. So
Yeah.
like with the one that just got done, the taxation issue, I turned in all my stuff. I got paid like $600 yesterday. I'm waiting on another 600 plus 250, you know. So yeah, so I'm waiting on like another good $800, right? $900.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah. That's what these jobs do. So all I got to do is go collect signatures for this dude, Ryan Binkley. And when I turn them in, it's how many I'm turning in at once. All right.
Yeah.
Or per week. So I can turn in twice. So if I turn in like 300, I get paid $5 a signature.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that can rack up pretty quick. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
So
like the job's going good then, as you just found out.
Yeah. I keep looking at this dude thinking, wow, it's real. It's not fake. Because I was wondering about that the whole time. I was like, I got to research this. I got to do this. I got to do this.
Yeah.
So now all I have to do is go collect the signatures, turn them in, and then wait to get paid. So when that happens, then it keeps going, you know, until it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows, right? Here we are, and hopefully I can make it good money and go from there. I still want to go to the Vatican. That was the intention of going to Miami to make money, because I was supposed to pay like $50 an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really good.
Yeah. They were like, this job pays $50 an hour. And I was like, dude, I'll grind 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'll do whatever the fuck it takes, be there for a couple weeks, and then I'll be set. No, it did not. It was bullshit.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
all right. How about your the cases then? You said you was kind of waiting for them to get dismissed, hopefully.
Yeah. I know this may sound odd, but prior to the Denver Nuggets winning, several people in the government and politics and all bullshit were like, hey, if the Nuggets win the championships, they'll dismiss your case. And I was like, all right.
I mean, that'd be great. Wait, why? I don't
know. Okay, so sometimes I go to those events and I protest them and I just talk shit about corporations and the government, and I'll hold a sign that says "fuck the government," and it'll be honestly be like 4 feet by 5 feet. It'll be like something I found in a construction site, and because I can't afford to go to those.
Yeah.
So one time, long story short, I got into it with the judge about what is that called? The Avalanche in the Stanley Cup game. All right, and he got all pissy with me. And I got pissy with him, and it was just a fucking bullshit. Part of my language. So when the Nuggets, I was in, I think, the restaurant STK, and I was out there. It's a really fancy restaurant, and they have this happy hour where you can get their fancy shit for dirt cheap. So I go there, and I went there, and I had a conversation with somebody, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Nuggets come in here all the time." And I made some comment about how, like, oh yeah, they're gonna do a 4-game streak on this fucking playoffs, and they did. And then they went to the championship. And at that time, I was doing the job of passing out flyers for politicians in the city council race, in the mayor's race. So all these other people involved in all these different fucking things were like, "Hey, Kenneth, if you don't interfere, you'll get your case dismissed if they win." And I was like, "Sure. Bet. All right." And I was like,
you don't interfere in what?
Exactly. I guess. You know, if I'm not out there fucking around with bullshit. And I was like, okay, sure. So of course I'm going to bring it up to the judge and be like, hey, you know, I've had several people who worked for the government prior, and I'm not just regular people. I mean, like, even sometimes the police would say that as I'm walking by live streaming, you know, or yeah. And this was before they won. And this was right before I left to Miami. So I leave to Miami, and they win.
Damn.
So I come back.
Yeah, you weren't even in the state when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was it, like the first week or second week I was back, I was out there live streaming, and I see somebody with the Nuggets championship hat, and I was like, "Hey, nice hat, yo!" And he's like, "Yeah, we won." I was like, "Yep, congratulations!" And this one cop was like, looked right at me, and so what do you think is going to happen with your cases? Just straight up brought it up, yo. And I was like, case dismissed, right? And she's like, yeah, that's what I was told. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So they could just be fucking with me, or they could be real. So who knows? But
what other? Well, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. We've talked like 3 times, so we just kind of jumped into it. But I should reiterate, obviously, that this is for your court mental health evaluation. You know who I am. That things we talk about goes to the report, goes to the court, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
I'm supposed to say that every time, okay. So I just wanted to make sure I did before I forget.
Yes, I'm aware that this is a...
You were saying go ahead.
Say that again?
Sorry, no, you can go ahead.
Okay, yeah. But anyways, yeah, so I just got to go to the court date and find out what's going on and go from there. I haven't spoken to any of the lawyers. I'm still, just waiting on the court date. Yeah. That's in 10 days. It's next Thursday and next Friday. And yeah, I have no intentions on harming myself. I have no intentions on harming others.
I know you did. And I didn't think you did.
Yeah, and if my cases get dismissed, I think even when the cops were like, "Are you going to go to the view house?" I was like, "Fuck no," because that's where I was outside of with the fight that got me with this shit. So I was like, "No. I'm going to go to STK, dude, at the happy hour."
Yeah.
Right. And I told her straight up. So those are my plans. My longer term plans are, going to the Vatican, doing this job, finding out that this Ryan Binkley is real, going to make me go out there and get it more. After this evaluation, I have a restoration class with Lisa. I think, or Brooke. I can't remember her name. So yeah, we've gone through the entire competency restoration class book, all the modules, done the activities, and so we keep taking those classes until the judge orders them to stop.
Yeah.
So so we're just going to keep recapping multiple modules at a time.
Do they? I'm sorry, pardon there, but I mean, in these classes, do you guys talk about your specific case, or is it just kind of about stuff in general?
Both.
Like general stuff. Okay.
It's twice a week. Mm-hmm. So the Monday one, I talk about what I've been doing, what's going on in my life, how my mental health is, how my physical health is, and everything I just told you, so she knows. Besides about the Ryan Binkley, I just found that out, right? But but she'll find out in an hour when I have her class. So we talk about what I did for the past week. Then we go into the actual modules. Then we start doing the actual restoration class, one module per class per session, and those are normally done in less time than we have for the class. So after we go do that, we talk about a little review, and then we talk about what we're going to do during the next class and any plans that I have till next class, So then I'll come back, Wednesday, because they're Monday and Wednesday. So on Wednesday, same thing, and then we'll discuss any plans for the week for the next upcoming week. And I just tell them, hey, I'm out there working.
Okay. And then I want to come back a little bit, though. I mean, because you had said that it was, you mentioned there are people in government who are also telling you about the Nuggets like winning thing.
Yeah.
Like who are those people?
Like police. Pardon me. Police officers. Some of the police officers. While I was walking around, city council candidates. They're what are those called? The people in charge of their campaign. People on the street. Yeah, can't that word. That's the word. And people on the street, random people. But yeah, and it was odd because like sometimes I'd notice like a car going back and forth a couple of times, and then like I'm just out there passing out flyers, knocking on doors, passing out flyers, knocking on doors, and the person in that car is kind of like hanging out like a couple houses down, and so me, I'll just be like, hey, can I help you? And they're like, well, hey, Kenneth, and weirdo conversation with somebody I've never met before. Excuse me, I need some water.
Of course.
And they just started up a conversation about, well, I heard you were in STK, and you said the Nuggets were going to get a 4-game winning streak, and they did. And now we're going to the championship. Please don't fuck it up. Don't interfere. And I hear your case will be dismissed. And I'm like, yeah, you're not the first person to tell me this, yo. Yeah.
The guy in the car heard that you had said that?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then when I got back from Miami, I was doing the job that just got done, the taxation issue. I was at UMS, Underground Music Showcase. It's music festival. Okay. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
I was there, and I think it was Sunday. A dude who ran for mayor that I've worked for in the past, he came up. He was like, well, hey, can I read your ballot? And I was like, oh, yeah, here, dude. Here's the ballot initiative. And he sits down because there's a bench right there. I found this really great spot. It was in the shade, plenty of space, plenty of foot traffic, and plus a nice bench. So that was the spot. So he sits down, I sit down next to him, and we're all talking. And his name's Ian, all right? And he ran for mayor, Ian Tafoya. And he's just reading, and he's asking me back and forth. And I was like, yeah, this. I really don't believe in taxes, but hey, I believe in getting paid and slaying the legend of the rent. We're just talking. And he's like, oh, hey, how's your court cases going? And I was like, the Nuggets won. And he's like, that's right. So your case is supposed to be dismissed. He said, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so think about it. Someone else who ran for mayor automatically knew all that stuff that was talked.
Yeah. They knew that you had court cases? Like, these people, knew you?
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure, was it a situation where you mentioned that you had court cases and then they asked, or they just bring it up?
I met this person a couple of times. So I've worked for this person. And so this person has known that I have court cases.
Oh, okay. I mean, this person just knew out of nowhere that you even had court cases.
No. He knows of me. So yeah. Okay. So
gotcha.
And he was like, oh yeah, that's right. Your cases are supposed to be dismissed. And then he was like, good luck. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I just got to wait for the court dates. And he's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. And the same conversation basically happened with the cops when I was around 2 a.m. in the morning when I was out there looking at all the crazy shit. And I was like, yeah, just a waiting game to find out.
Just settle here. I mean, outside of what you're telling me that people straight up told you this, I would find this pretty hard to believe. Because the Nuggets won, you get your cases dropped. I mean,
I know.
Come on, right?
Yeah, there's that. That's how I got to recognize all the different levels of fuckery.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a downer.
No. I'm completely ready for what you're saying. I go in there and I'm like, well, hey, Your Honor. A lot of people, including but not limited to, pigs and politicians, told me I'd get my cases dismissed if the Nuggets won. And if the judge is like, well, good luck with that, here's your next court date, I'm totally like, oh, okay, I'm ready for that. You know, I'm ready for my lawyer to. He's got to file motions. He didn't file motions last time. You know, so I'm ready and discussing that with the judge also. Discussing that the lawyer isn't really facilitating an adequate proper defense strategy.
Okay. What would you want your attorney to be doing?
Everything he possibly could. When it comes to affirmative defense stuff, he just kind of like lackadaisy is like, well, we're accusing you, and I really don't feel like representing you. I once asked, it was during a virtual court case, all right? And I said something about due diligence. And then he honestly asked, what's due diligence? And then the judge was like, you got to be kidding me. A licensed lawyer is asking what's due diligence? How do I not rule ineffective assistance of counsel?
Yeah. Okay. So what would, I mean, if your lawyer was doing what you wanted, I mean, I know we've talked about this before, but this is the point, right? Yes. What would you want your strategy to be? What would, assuming the Nuggets thing doesn't work out?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, what would you want to bring up in court to prove your innocence, or like, I mean, what's your strategy?
As before, the dude who took the video, him. There's the video, then there's of me being basically attacked. All right, and so there'd be that. A whole bunch of other stuff, like, just basically saying, hey, these people attacked me. My normal strategy, self-defense, stand my ground. These people in the past, they have worn the ISIS flag, One of them, for fun. They thought they were cute. And so just basically discrediting the alleged victim, okay? And, going from there.
Okay. And when you say the dude who took the video, you're talking about police officer, if I'm remembering right, or someone else?
Someone else. Some random dude took the video, put it on TikTok, and it was odd because the thing is, like, the lawyer, he was like, oh yeah, we don't know how to get a hold of that guy. I was like, bullshit. He gave a witness statement with his name on camera, on a body camera. And he's like, oh yeah, you have that. And I was like, yeah, I do. What is that? What else am I missing? So I feel like I'm missing information. So I'd have to bring it up with the judge.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned before, like, the ISIS flag and such, that, like, these people, this wasn't just like a random group of people. I mean, these people were like messing with you specifically, or?
Yes, they work there. All right. So I've been there a couple of times, and I've been booted out of there, and because I got in fights there I don't understand how they could do that and legally get away with it. To the best of my knowledge, wearing the ISIS flag is a violation of 2339, material support and aid to terrorism. Okay. So you're actually, as an American, not allowed to walk around waving an ISIS flag, supporting ISIS, claiming that you support ISIS. That's illegal here.
I see.
So I've been kicked out of there. And I was just live streaming, walking on my bike, and they attacked me. Some motherfucker came at me with a dirty syringe. One dude flashed a gun at me. Like lifted his shirt, and the cops were there just allowing it. And I was like, this is bullshit. And then it went down.
Okay. You talked before about how they were, I'll make sure I remember right, how they might have been targeting you for, like, stuff about you as well, like this is a prosecutor, never mind, like your blue eyes, stuff like that. You remember?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And so is it the courts who are targeting you because of your blue eyes, or was the people who attacked you because of that?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the cop, Umar A. Shabazz, who was saying the blue-eyed stuff. I don't remember exactly. It was on my live stream, all right? But that live stream got taken down by YouTube, and I didn't download it or back it up. In the courtroom, it was the judge and the prosecutor talking smack.
Okay, yeah. Right, and they were claiming you were involved and knew about, like, the Uvalde school shooting and stuff like that.
No, I reported it before it happened. All right.
You reported before. That's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of national tragedies like that, right? Where like you knew about them beforehand, or I'm sorry.
Yeah. The government has me reporting them before they happen in a courtroom.
Okay.
There's another one, James Holmes, the Century 16 movie theater, Batman Dark Knight Rises, 2012, July 20th, midnight, world premiere. I told that to Magistrate Rice and a whole bunch of authorities, and they just laughed at it. And it happened, you know? And so the government has a record of this, you know? And so I got sent to prison. So then I reported Uvalde, and then somebody who works there says, I'm being prosecuted by the people of the state of Colorado to show support for the Uvalde school shooter. And I brought that up. I was like, well, this is messed up. I want to change a venue. And I brought it up to the judge about, hey, I'm willing to go to Texas and have my trial in Uvalde.
Okay. In order to show support for school shooting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, that's coming back to me for sure. So kind of, I mean, it sounds like they're sort of out to get you pretty much at this point. I mean, there's this stuff with the tragedies and you telling them about it, and they seem to be supporting the Uvalde school shooter. Like that's what they want.
They say that out of their mouth. They talk the shit, all right?
Yeah.
And it has been addressed. I think the judge has said, hey, you guys got to quit talking that shit, all right? And I was like, well, it's already been talked, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, how am I supposed to feel when some prosecutor or whoever, somebody who works in the courthouse, makes some slick, fucked up comment to me about how I'm going to continue to be prosecuted to show support for a school shooting, you know? And when I hear that, I'm like, well, that's messed up. So now I'm actually like, well, to properly and legally address this, it should be a change of jurisdiction, right? A change of venue. It should no longer be prosecuted here.
Right.
So
instead be in Texas is what you were saying. Right?
Yeah, I would prefer Texas. Yes, I would prefer Texas.
Okay. And then you had mentioned also, and like talking about this helped my memory too, that really, even if they want to try to like push through all this stuff and say like, no, the charges, that really you should qualify for like immunity or something anyway with some of like your past work.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, you know, and because to the best of my knowledge, I do not have the burden of proof. So I brought that up, and I was like, you guys would have to state on the record in writing and also give it to me that, you know, I have no association to the United States Constitution, or any protection thereof, and therefore do not have qualified immunity as a United States intelligence officer. So, you know, I've yet to get that in writing, all right? So that's something that, you know, is basically the government has ignored.
Yeah. Okay. So you want, your lawyer was asking you for proof of that, right?
Yes.
They were like, can you give me something so I can bring this to the court?
Yes, that is correct.
But you want to argue that they should have to provide that stuff.
Yes, they have to do the due diligence, not me. I do not have the burden of proof.
Okay. I mean, I hear you on that, but like, I mean, wouldn't it be helpful for you to give that to them? I mean, even if they should do it, like, I mean, I don't know.
Yes,
I mean,
you're absolutely right. I totally understand what you're saying. If
yeah.
I had the documentation that would prove I have qualified immunity, of course, right?
Right.
But it would be the government, because that's the government, or the government is the entity that states whether or not someone has qualified immunity.
Yeah. Okay.
So
your lawyers, again, I don't know these things either. What you're saying makes sense, but it sounds like your lawyer is saying that, like, no, if you want to make the defense of qualified immunity, you have to bring that evidence to the government.
yeah, that's what he's saying. And I'm saying, no,
Okay.
I don't. I don't have the burden of proof.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sorry, what was your past relationship to the U.S. government? You said, like, as an agent, like an intelligence agent?
Intelligence officer.
Intelligence officer. Okay, got it. And what did you do for the U.S.?
Not nice things and not nice people.
All right. Yeah, I guess I can't ask too much, can I?
2005, October 3rd, Monday, I was renditioned at the Pentagon.
Okay.
And for years, the government didn't admit to this. And then all of a sudden, they did. They're like, all right, yeah, we're admitting to it. So it was hours long, my interrogation. And in part of it, my interrogation was from three people who claimed to be in the Central Intelligence Agency, and they had little CIA badges and stuff that said Central Intelligence Agency. And during this conversation, they said that they knew I'm a disavowed spy. And I was like, what? You're telling me, you're accusing me, little old Kenny Wheeler, of being a disavowed spy. And the dude, he was like, we're not accusing you. We're telling you we know you are a disavowed spy. To which I rebutted, you don't know shit. He looked at me and he's like, oh yeah? What is it? I don't know, Mr. Wheeler. I looked him straight in the eye without skipping a beat. The first rule of Project Mayhem is you do not ask questions. The entire Pentagon went silent, dude. Every motherfucker just went silent. I thought that was the greatest mic drop ever. And so now the government's like, oh yeah, they just kind of like flagrantly like, oh yes, you were renditioned and interrogated at the Pentagon. And like it's nothing. And I'm over here like, how is that nothing? I mean, how many people in the world does the United States admit to interrogating at the Pentagon?
Yeah. And how, I mean, when you say the government's admitting it, like, what do you mean? Like,
they're saying it now happened.
Sorry?
They're saying it has happened. It factually did occur.
Right, but like how do you know they're saying that now?
Oh, they say it now. Okay, like, so when I went through my federal case, when I went through my federal case in a federal courtroom, I was getting an argument with the prosecutor and the judge. And I was like, Your Honor, come on. Let's just be straight up. Let's put this fucking little fancy word shit to the side. Let's speak fucking English. Let's speak like Americans. This is some bullshit. And I even told her, I was like, Your Honor, what happened on October 3rd, 2005, Monday? And she got quiet. And then everybody looked at her and they're like, what the fuck is that? And then the prosecutor was like, Your Honor, what is he talking about? And I was like, 2005, October 3rd, Monday is a day that your government doesn't acknowledge. And then the judge, the federal judge, is like, yeah, we do. And I was like, since when? And she's like, I guess since now because I'm being told we have to. And I was like, oh, really? You guys are now admitting to that? And she's like, yeah. And the prosecutor and everybody else was like, what happened on that day? And I was like, 2005, October 3rd, Monday is the day I was renditioned and interrogated at the Pentagon. And the judge says, yes, Mr. Wheeler, that is correct. So
okay. There's nothing in the courtroom.
Yeah. And so even, I don't know which judge, because I have two cases, but at least one of them I asked, I was like, does the court acknowledge that I was renditioned and interrogated at the Pentagon 2005, October 3rd, Monday? And the judge said yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
I understand. Well, damn.
So right there, so if the court can acknowledge what actually did occur, that yes, I was renditioned and interrogated at the Pentagon on that day, whatever, okay?
Yeah.
That's just saying, okay, yes, I was there at the Pentagon, and yes, the government did ask me questions. That's basically it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it would, to me, the entire conversation, the interrogation, whatever you call it, the back and forth of my mouth, their mouth, my mouth, their mouth,
Yeah.
you know, acknowledged me as an intelligence officer. All right. And, they were the ones who told me about, let me grab this. It's Title 50. It's an old piece of paper.
Ooh.
All right. Title 50, War National Defense. Chapter 46, Central Intelligence Agency. Subsection 3523, Intelligence Operations and Cover Enhancement Authority.
Mm-hmm.
Article J, Finality of Decisions, and Article K, Subsequently Enacted Laws. So,
Mm-hmm.
right there. So I was taught this at the Pentagon, okay? I look it up online in the LexisNexis and in legal books. It's a real law,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's just stuff like that where I'm like, well, if all these things are now being factually acknowledged as reality, and I don't have the burden of proof, and at the various times in reality, I had qualified immunity. And if I'm still being acknowledged as an intelligence officer, then how do I still not have qualified immunity?
Right. Okay.
So, but I guess that's something I'm just going to have to bring up with the judge again and go from there.
Okay. Okay. I know you said the classes and stuff are something they're having you do. Are they trying to have you taking medications or anything like that?
No.
Stuff?
Medication free. I was actually thinking about giving up the marijuana and the alcohol for a while. It's more of a financial reason. Going out and spending money on a joint every day and buying shooters or pints or whatever, it just adds up. So I did some, what is that? It's called To Succeed, the number 2, and then the word succeed. Their classes through Wellpower for job placement assistance.
Okay.
Yeah. Still looking for a good job and doing classes to help that. I've gone through 3, I think, Zoom meetings with their coordinator, coaches, job placement people. So I've been taking those classes.
Cool. And then since I last saw you, any medical problems, head injuries, surgeries, illnesses, blah, blah, blah?
I got hit by a car in Florida. My side hurt for the longest time. Yeah, that was some bullshit. Oh my God.
Yeah. Did you have a concussion or anything?
So I go to the beach. All right, so I got followed, all right, somehow, because the car that hit me asked if I wanted to protect abortion rights. So my job was to get people to sign a petition to protect abortion rights. So I do that at 2 spots, a DMV and a college. All right. Those are the only 2 spots. So someone there had to realize who I am and then see me at the beach. I get fucking drunk at the beach and I go home around midnight. 12:30, I get hit by a car. As I'm getting up, I'm talking shit, and the car asks, "Do you want to protect abortion rights?" and then speeds off. Yeah, so I was purposely hit by a fucking car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of made my vibe all shitty and pissy. Yeah. So then I wake up all fucking drunk, barely remembering what happened. I lost my glasses. I had to use my contacts, and then I was gone like a week later.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. And so then you didn't have to like go to the hospital or anything? It just kind of hurt? Or?
No, I probably should have, but I did not.
Okay. Have you personally like noticed any differences from that, like ever since they like harder to remember stuff or anything like that?
No,
cognitive issues.
No, not too much with the cognitive issues.
Okay.
There was some laziness there. Like I just wasn't going out and getting shit done, but I was still going to work.
Yeah.
Like my dishes. Like I don't like to have dishes in my sink. I'll wash them, and for a while there's dishes piled up and stuff like that. It's like right now, I got laundry going. My food in the oven's cooked, and I got to go scrub my bathroom. But I got to take the next class after this at 2:30.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay, and then you mentioned this already, but other than some alcohol and some marijuana, any other drug issues like since I last saw you? Methamphetamine, PCP, coke.
No.
Okay.
Mushrooms are legal here.
I've heard. Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you. I have some dried mushrooms on my counter that I grew myself. I used a bag. I just went to the store, bought the stuff, and let it inoculate. Then I put it outside in the sun and grew mushrooms. And then I've stuck them in my little food dehydrator. But I haven't taken that. So I think that would be a no. Even though I have them, I haven't taken them. Because it's not, hallucinogens aren't something you could just like pack into a bowl and take a couple of hits and go out and do.
Right. Yeah. That's what you're doing that day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like today I got these classes. The next couple of days I got to go get signatures for Ryan Binkley and get paid, and then, so, yeah, I have a spare day or two.
Cool. All right. Well, in that case, man, I don't want to take up any more of your time. And I know you got to do the class in like 45 minutes anyway. So I appreciate you meeting with me. I'll get my report and updates such as the court. And just good luck with your court stuff, man.
Thank you very much. And you have a beautiful day and enjoy whatever the next holiday coming up.
I don't know what it is either, but I'll try to.
Yeah. All right. Peace, yo.
All right. Thank you.
All righty. Okay, let's go over here. Click on this. Oh, wow, look at all those fucking, shit. There's a whole bunch of chats. Let's start at the top. Hello, Jason White says, oh, hell. Hello. Oh, no. Did your girlfriend professor get fired for fraternizing with the student? No, this class is a competency eval. The class that we're going to do in 45 minutes is the restoration class. That's the one with the girl. Green Snake. Hi, friends. What's up, Noel? Ask your new professor if he's seen your old professor naked yet. No, I will not. Hey, Snake, were you watching Sippy earlier? No, wasn't able to catch her, but I heard a bit about her outrage. She invited Spooky to go and fight her. I wish Spooky would go and kick her ass. Tar TV Newsroom got all of it. Check it out. She threatens all of us. She also said we are her bullseyes. I'll check it out after this. It's been like, a year now, and she's still laughing my ass, still going on. The stupid FBI and cyber moves faster than that, especially if we are human traffickers like she claims we are. Well, out loud. They attacked him because his blue eyes. Yes, that is correct. New Mexican homosexual goth bad boy. Hello, welcome to my stream. Kenny, you're being a nigger. Unblock everyone on your ban list. I'm going to rain hellfire down on you. Kenny the Spy. Yes, there is y'all. Okay, hello everybody. I've completely caught up with the chat. Let's check out this email. All right, that's an email I'm going to have to mark unread and get back to. Yeah, that's an email for some job stuff I got to get at. So everybody, what's up, y'all? So we have basically 50 minutes before the next class. I have laundry I have to go attend to. I have some tater tots I have to put in my belly. And then from there, the class. So there will be another stream in roughly 40 minutes. All right. This one has lasted roughly 45 minutes, I believe, or 46. Anyways, yeah, we're in here. All right. This is what we got going on. It's time to go. I'm going to call the stream. I've got to go take a shit. Peace. Love you.